In today's episode of Does It Run Linux, we've got this 2017 iMac 4K I bought last week. Apart from having a dirty screen, it had just one issue. Yeah, it can't find an OS. So either the OS is screwed, and I can fix it in a few minutes without even touching a screwdriver, or there's a hardware problem, likely a failing hard drive, and I have to open this thing up. I was obviously hoping for the first, since getting inside means cutting the display panel loose and having to order an adhesive replacement kit. So I booted it with Linux to see what we've got. I seem to be in luck. It still shows the 1TB hard drive and a quick self-test showed no issues. I ran the extended self-test, which took about 4 hours or so, and still no issues. Awesome! Since none of the Linux distributions I tried had a sound card working, I tried to install macOS first to see if everything was functional. Seems like it. That's all I have for you to... Nah, let's install Linux. I'll go with Fedora this time. Everything seems to work fine. We've got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth seems present as well. The only thing that doesn't work is sound. The INC command does show both the internal sound card as the one in the video card, but the SND HDA Intel driver doesn't seem to be functional here. When I searched for a solution, I found this forum thread about the same issue on the same 2017 iMac. The original poster linked to the Cirrus Logic CS8409 driver. Let's give that a try. At the bottom of the page there are instructions for different distributions. Lucky for me, Fedora is one of them. So I installed the required packages, cloned the Git repository, ran the installer script and... Huh? Right, when we installed the dependencies, the kernel headers for a newer version were installed, instead of the one we're running. I think it's weird that the newer kernel wasn't at least a dependency, but this is an issue you won't run into if you update first. So I updated the kernel, which indeed installed the same version as the one we've got the headers for, and rebooted. This time around, the script ended without issues. Rebooted and... The only other issue I found is that it doesn't wake up from sleep. It does that just fine in macOS, so it's not a hardware issue. Power draw is interesting. Completely turned off. It uses somewhere between 1.8 and 2.9 watts. Idle, running macOS, it used around 28.5 watts. Not bad, considering this thing is also driving a 21.5-inch 4K display. By the way, this 4K screen looks amazing. I sadly can't capture that with my 1080p camera, so I guess you'll have to take my word for it. In Linux, however, just idling around, it used around double the watts. Running a very demanding game in Linux, it used around 80 watts, which again is not bad at all. We've got a Radeon RX 555 GPU. Let's see if that's any good. I first installed some Linux games to see how it holds up. Zero AD looks great. I'm quite amazed by how good Super TuxCard runs at 4K resolution. Let's try some modern games through Steam. Doom Eternal is playable at 1080p. Its VRAM requirements are actually too high for this GPU though, and lowering the resolution to 720p doesn't really fix that. Couldn't really find a way to get it under the 2 GB we've got. Disney Speedstorm defaulted to 4K, which was totally unplayable. Lowering the resolution to 1080p made it slightly better, but there's still way too much input lag. And even at 720p, the input lag made it very hard to control. I have played this game on Linux before, so it should work, but not on this Mac. Let's play my favorite free game, 1 Million Fatal Guns. It's okay at 1080p and all settings to epic, but it's a bit more responsive with those settings too high. I guess that's all I have for you today. Take a look at this video if you'd like to see me struggle with an older iMac. I hope you liked this one though, and if you did, I hope you consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.